Hello, beautiful souls. Happy New Year. It is January 2024, and I am Katie Sutton, intuitive channel and founder of Zen Within Academy and the New Earth Now School, with your January 2024 energy update. I've got 3 themes that I want to share with you that are aligned with not only this month, but also this year that we are stepping into. So the first theme is relating anew. The second theme is taking chances. And the third theme is expanding beyond our limits. All right, so I hope you all had a really good holiday. I know that it was an inward energy for me anyways, because we had Mercury retrograde going on, and it felt, especially the last 2 weeks of the year, very focused on doing our inner work and letting go and purging and making space for this new year that is coming in. So here we are in January, and I've got 3 big themes that are really impactful for not only January, but also for the whole year, and are going to set the stage and the tone, if you will, for the year. So our third theme that we'll talk about is expanding beyond our limits. But the word for January and for 2024 that I just keep hearing over and over and over again is expansion. So that is really the overarching theme as we move into 2024, and I'll talk more about that when we get into the third theme. Before I drop into sharing all this goodness with you, I do just want to mention that we have our Sacred Journey retreats live and ready to be registered for. We're going to Peru in May, and we're going to Mount Shasta in July, and I'm very excited about both of these. Part of our work is getting you all out onto the earth and activating certain codes and information that you can pull from Mother Earth in sacred sites around the world. And so we're going to be really activating into that energy within the community in 2024. So check that out below this video. I also have the New Earth Relating class, which I am very excited about. It is basically a comprehensive overhaul of your entire relationship space in a 6-month online course that I will be teaching live starting January 23rd. And there is more information about that below this video as well. So let's get into the topics. Okay, so we've got relating anew as the first theme. And overall, for the last, I'd say 3 or 4 months, my guides have been telling me that 2024 is going to be very much about elevating our relationship landscape. Hence, my New Earth Relating class that is going to start soon. And really this theme, relating anew, is beyond just how you relate to other people. This theme also aligns with how you are relating to the different pieces and parts of yourself, how you are relating to your routine, how you are relating to your life choices, how you are relating to things getting triggered in the world. There is really an energy this month that is asking us to begin to relate to all of our human experience in a new way. And anytime we go through the threshold of crossing from one year to the next, there's always a shift in energy that happens where we have some new opportunities to claim some new routines and some new ways of being. And this energy is really no different as we come into January 2024. Relating anew means that you are able to look out with fresh eyes at the world around you and the way you are living your life and decide if it's in alignment or not. And begin to make small changes. And these are not necessarily drastic changes that have to be too in your face, but begin to make small changes to shift how you are relating to your day-to-day experience. Perhaps there are places where you are disconnected. Perhaps there are places where you are unhappy. Perhaps there are places where you want to lean in more. These are all choices and things that you should be aware of as we move into January. And it's a good time to really take stock of places that might be distractions, places that might be creating a little chaos for you, and start to call your energy back from those situations, those things, those people, and redeploy that energy and those resources in a new way. And this is going to allow you to relate to your own internal battery in a new way, because we all have limited resources and capacity of what we can handle as individuals. Some of us have more capacity than others, but we all have a unique element of capacity that we're dealing with here in these human bodies. And so really taking a look this month and saying, where am I spending my time? How am I relating in terms of how my needs are being met? Am I relating to myself in a healthy way? Am I taking care of my resources? Am I nourishing myself? Am I taking enough time to be inward versus outer? Am I taking enough time to give versus receive, or vice versa? So this theme is way bigger than relationships. This will impact your relationships for sure. It will impact your relationships to your work and to the people that you love and to your friends and your family, but it's mostly going to be an inward journey as we look at this theme, relating anew, in January 2024. So take time to take some stock as we step into this new year and really align yourself with the best and the most joyful energies that you can. And that's not to say that you have to avoid doing hard things or avoid doing things that don't bring joy. If there is a calling inside of you that says this is important and I need to move through this and I need to prioritize this, continue to prioritize those things. But this theme, relating anew, is really about checking in with that inward environment and deciding, okay, how am I going to start to relate with the outside world going forward? Okay? So that's our first theme. So a lot of inward reflection there. The next theme that I want to talk about is called taking chances. And as I was gathering information from my team on this particular theme, it was both scary and exciting, this energy of taking chances. What my guides were sharing with me is that for myself and for many others, especially those of you that are in this community and watching these updates, we're in the same soul family pod, if you will, we have been playing pretty small. We have been avoiding, we have been doubting, we have been a little discouraged, and we have been not taking a chance on ourselves as individuals. And so this theme of taking chances, I think, is going to be around for the whole year, but it's really getting activated in January, where there are some places where maybe in the past you would have held back. Maybe in the past you would have been reluctant to lean in, reluctant to take a risk, take a chance. And this month you are being asked to let those fears and let those doubts fall away. I see this energy as really allowing us to move beyond some doubtful, some fearful programming that maybe we've held for a long time, that maybe was even given to us by our parents or by our ancestral line, that has really limited our expression. I think as we move into 2024, we're going to continue to see more and more of us stepping into our true passion and our true purpose on this planet, and really taking a chance on dropping into new relationships, new partnerships, new work, new passion projects. And that's what this energy is all about. It is time, my friends, to believe in yourself and to bet on yourself, right? There's really nobody else that can do that. You have to first believe in yourself and be courageous and full of strength and take that chance on yourself before anybody else is going to align with that vision. So much of our confidence and our ability to live out our passion and express our true self comes down to our belief in ourselves. No one is going to believe in you. No one is going to buy from you. No one is going to want to work with you. No one is going to want to be with you if you are not able to believe in yourself and want to be with you. So it is time, my friends, this month to activate this courageous, this resilient, this strength-based energy and begin to take big chances on yourself. And it may be scary, right? I'm not saying that this will be an easy theme for many of us to navigate, especially if you are a type A kind of risk adverse personality. This might be a little bit of a triggering energy. Some of you might be a little bit different and might find this to be a very exciting energy. However it lands for you, this is the month, right? This is the month to put those visions and those goals into practice and stop just talking about the things that you want to do and start taking some action. as we move out of this Mercury retrograde energy that's been with us for the last 3 weeks. We also have, as we get later in January, all of the planets stationing direct for a good 4-month period, which is going to be great. And so we've got a lot of forward momentum energy. We also have a lot of shifting with Jupiter and Pluto, which is allowing us to have some expansion energies coming in, which are going to help us as we take these chances to be a little less afraid. So make a list of all the things that you've been not doing, all the things that you've been putting off, all the things that you've been avoiding in terms of taking a chance on yourself and believing in yourself, and start taking some small actions. It's okay if it's just a small action to begin to bring those dreams into reality. Okay? So that takes me to our third theme, which is what I would consider the overarching theme of 2024. And you're going to really hear a tie-in to what we've already talked about so far in this update. The word is expansion, but the theme is expanding beyond our limits. And you could really put in that theme perceived limits, okay? This one is interesting, especially for me being a Taurus and liking my comfort zone and liking my routine. This particular theme, especially since it's going to be here for the whole year, is asking us to really look at those places where we have limited ourselves or we have a perceived limit upon ourselves and really start to challenge that paradigm. And I think that we're going to see this on the world stage. This is a very Aquarian type energy, which is very much what we are aligned with now as we are moving more deeply into the Aquarian age and out of the Piscean age. And expansion, the idea of expansion in the old world paradigm was very much a takeover type energy. If we look at how many countries, many civilizations were founded, there was this drive to claim the earth, to expand our empire, if you will, as humans, and to claim things. And so even in this theme, I see that we are releasing a lot of that very old paradigm energy of how we do expand as humans. It's like, when I think about this also, it's like this idea of conquering space and the last and final frontier. It's not really that. This is more of an inward energy, okay? Where internally have we limited ourselves through beliefs, through programs, through ancestral lineage patterns, through soul lineage patterns? Where have we limited ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly? And where can we allow these shackles, these bindings to be dismantled in our energy body, in our physical body, in our life, so that we can expand beyond the limits that we have placed upon ourselves in the past? And so this is an individual energy. And last year we were focused very much on being the embodied way shower, which really asked us to take away any responsibility energy that we had of the process of those around us and just be in our highest authentic expression. That really set the foundation for this energy of expanding beyond our limits that we are seeing here in 2024, right? When we are operating in an embodied way where we are truly embodying our authentic expression, we can't help but shine. We can't help but expand our energy out into the world. And so everything that you moved through last year has created a strong foundation for you to go bigger this year. And so for some of you, this might be relationship oriented. Maybe you've been holding yourself back in a partnership. Maybe you've been holding yourself back from even choosing to be in a relationship. For others of you, it might be work or passion project related, where you have had this idea and you've been afraid to put yourself out there. You've been afraid to drop into expanding out into the world and expressing that idea. There's a lot of different ways that this expansion energy is going to arise for us this year. I also see that there is a very distinct tie-in to frequency here, where I see that a lot of the seeds, if you will, that we've been planting from a spirituality standpoint, from a consciousness standpoint, are going to continue to spread and expand throughout the world, right? So instead of it being this, we're going to come in and we're going to take over and we're going to force people to have our beliefs, these individual little ideas and these individual little seeds that have been planted about New Earth consciousness and about spirituality and about fifth dimensional frequency and all these amazing things that we talk about in our spiritual teachings are going to really start to expand and catch like wildfire in different parts of the collective around the world. And so I see that this energy of expansion is also going to bring innovation. It's going to test boundaries. It's going to really push our human collective ideal of what we think is possible beyond its limits. So I think we are going to start to see, or we're going to continue to see really expansions in technology, in the medical world, in the school system, in all these places where we've really been limited because we've been in an old paradigm. We're going to start to see some of these seeds that we've planted and some of these ideas that you and I and many have been talking about really starting to take form and starting to root. And this, quite frankly, is going to be interesting because it's going to stir the pot a little bit. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this and say, oh wow, everybody's going to be so excited about this expansion. You may even feel this energy inside of yourself as this desire to go beyond what you've already been doing, and there may even be some internal resistance. Take that internal resistance that you may be feeling to this theme of expansion and amplify it times 1,000 out in the human collective. Because many of us are, even though we may not like the way things are happening on the planet, we are rooted into old ideals and old egoic paradigms and think that we're in a safety zone, right, if things don't change. So I do think this energy of expansion is going to break down and break through barriers and walls and really test us this year to see if we believe. Do we believe in unity consciousness? Do we believe in the vision that we are holding for the new earth? Can we really honor that? Can we believe in ourselves, right? Can we believe in our own strength and our own courage and our own resiliency? But layered into this energy of expansion is so much excitement and so much potential and so much of an idea that things that we have wanted for a long time are going to really start to take hold, and we're going to actually be able to feel the shifts in our collective and within our beings that things are really happening, okay? So I think that this is an exciting energy, but I can absolutely see how as this frequency of expansion comes in and interrupts the way things have always been, that it's going to create a little bit of chaos on the planet. And I don't say that to scare you. It's not like I see some big doom and gloom thing happening here, right? This is a good thing, but I do think that things are really those old paradigms are really going to be challenged. And so you might notice that maybe even on a personal level, some of the seeds that you've planted with family members or in key relationships in your life where people have maybe second guessed you or discounted what you were saying, like you might actually start to see some of those things that you talked about a long time ago that everybody poo-pooed, that there may be some people in your family that are actually starting to drop deeper into some of these things that you've shared with them. And it won't be because of you. It is because of you, like you planted the seed, but it'll probably be somebody else or something else coming into their life, or maybe something that they see on television that is going to prompt them to take these steps. And so it's really going to be important that you continue to honor that energy of the embodied way shower, and you don't get involved in that process, that instead you stand back and you are a cheerleader for that expansion that's happening for those people in your life. Okay. So as way showers, I think our opportunity is to continue to look towards and work with our nervous systems and our egos to let our inner environment know that looking towards all of this change and looking and leaning into this change is a good thing, right? This is something, as I look at it in the energy fields, and this is what we'll work on in our healing circle this month on Wednesday the 10th, is this idea that we have this webbing or this binding around us that we've used to limit ourselves. And as I said, some of this is self-play, some of it is ancestral, some of it is just purely energetic within the collective. And so we're going to really be disentangling ourselves from that throughout this whole year, but we're going to set the stage for that here in January. So that's what we'll be covering. Expanding beyond our limits is what we will be covering in January. and at the Healing Circle on the 10th from 7:30 to 8:30 Eastern. So if you really want to align with this energy of expansion and kind of let go of the fear or the resistance that you may be feeling even as I'm talking about it, then I encourage you to join us for that Healing Circle or grab the recording. You can register and get the recording afterwards if you can't join us live. Okay, so this is a super exciting year. I'm excited to be bringing in some new things within the Zen Within Academy community. We're expanding. We're doing all kinds of new things. We're going to new parts of the world with our trip to Peru, and we're revisiting some places we've been in the past with Mount Shasta and expanding into that energy in a new way. So I'm really aligned with this energy, really excited, really happy to be bringing this New Earth Relating class in January. We'll begin in January as well. I think that is going to super duper support all of you in expanding in your relationship to self, source, earth, and others. Okay? So have a great January. Take it slow. We are still in winter energy, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. A lot of these themes are still very inward. We're going to be coming out of retrograde. Give yourself plenty of time to work into these new energies. Okay? And I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.